Hi, I'm Anthony.
And I'm Nicole.
And this is
Life with
Twins. Bump date.
Bump date.
All right. How do we do these again?
It has been forever since we've done a bump date.
I think it's been a while.
14 weeks was our last bump date.
Are you serious? How many weeks are you today?
22.
Jeez.
We apologize, everybody.
22? And the last one we did was... This is why we don't get subscribers. Because we don't do this consistently enough. Okay.
So between 14 and 22 weeks, this is basically what has happened.
Yes.
I felt terrible.
Still.
It's gotten better.
Uh-huh.
But I think last time I was saying like, oh, I wasn't getting sick every day. Maybe it'll fade away. It still happened like every other day. And then sometimes it was every other day, but then the day that I got sick would be the day that I got sick like 2 to 3 times. And my energy just didn't miraculously come back in my second trimester. So that's probably why we haven't done a lot of bump dates, because I've been feeling terrible.
Also, I accidentally deleted some content that we did shoot, and so I felt like a real big dum-dum. But so it's not all your fault. It's also my fault.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. So what's been going on besides being sick?
So we've had 2 doctor's appointments with our OB doctor since then. We had one at 17 weeks, and that one, she measured my belly for the first time, and I remember her saying, she like takes the measuring tape from like my pubic bone up to the top of my uterus and goes 26. And I was like, I'm pretty sure 26 means 26 weeks. But I wasn't 100% sure. So I just kind of left it at that. I didn't want to say anything and look stupid. And then the next day I went to work and I was telling someone about it, and they're like, yeah, and that means you're measuring 26 weeks. I'm like, okay, so I am 17 weeks measuring 26 weeks. I know I have twins, but still that is like 9 weeks difference. That is insane. Mm-hmm. And then we had our anatomy scan.
Yeah, the anatomy scan was the big one, because when we did the anatomy scan, that's where they find out if there's any defects and she had been talking about it, because originally I thought by going through IVF, we basically had, a perfect kid no matter what.
Yes.
So I was very confident.
Because we got them chromosomally, tested, and that their chromosomes were perfect.
They weren't going to have any kind of heart defects
that meant
or anything.
We were good, and there's not going to be anything wrong with the babies at all, which is not true. And I told him that several times.
I didn't listen several times.
Yeah, he never listens.
So the night before we actually have that scan was the first time I started to get nervous. Like, oh my gosh, what if there's something wrong?
Well, you don't get nervous about anything until it's actually happening.
Yeah.
You're like, oh yay, we're having twins, and then I'm gonna be in the delivery room and I'm gonna be like, what were we thinking about having twins?
But when we went to the anatomy scan, the lady that did it was really good.
She was amazing. Now, I warned Anthony ahead of time. I said she's an ultrasound technician. She's not a doctor. She cannot tell you anything that she is like seeing. If it's abnormal, she can tell you what she's looking at, but she can't give you a diagnosis. That's not her job. And so basically the anatomy scan went amazingly. We were there for a little over an hour, which is common, especially with 2 babies. And she just explained everything that she was looking at. Her and Anthony were cracking jokes. It made it fly by so fast. And at the end, the doctor came in and goes, well, everything looks good. You basically have the best set of twins that you can have. By that, I mean, each of our babies has their own placenta and their own sac. So
they're dyed.
Yeah. Look at you.
Yeah, they got their own sacs.
Yeah, they're dyed twins. So that means they have their own placenta, their own sacs. I'm just so proud of you right now.
Thank you.
So it's like the least riskiest. Mm-hmm. It's still a risk because there's 2 babies, but it's the least riskiest.
We also came up with names.
We did.
During this time?
We did.
Yeah.
I remember sitting in church and I was just like, I kind of like this name as a middle name. Anthony's been calling baby we've had baby B's name picked since
a long time ago.
And then Anthony's been calling baby A a certain name, and I'm like, I don't know if I really like it. I don't know. But then he just like kept calling the baby that name. And then I was like, well, I feel like it's kind of his name now. I mean, that's what I started even calling him that.
Man, that's how you name a baby.
But then we couldn't agree on a middle name, so it didn't feel like solidified. And I just remember sitting in church and like this name came to me and I was like, I think this could be the name. And then we went to In-N-Out for dinner and we go to the Walmart parking lot to eat our In-N-Out. And
it's romance right there.
I know. And the 2 dogs in the back. And I told Anthony, I was like, are you ready to have a serious conversation?
I was really nervous. I thought she was going to leave me. I was like, that's a weird time to make your choice.
It was like right before Valentine's Day too.
She just didn't want to spend money on Valentine's Day candy on me.
Yeah, you don't need any more.
Jeez.
Anyways, I told him the middle name that I had thought of. And he was like, yeah, I do like that. And then he like Googled it and looked at the meaning and he was like, yeah, I really do like this. Like, I feel like this really fits. And then when
did it click?
Then he figured out that, we'll give you this little spoiler because the names are going to be secret, but this spoiler right here is that all of us will have A middle names. And then that's when he started to get emotional and he started to tear up. And
because I didn't even realize we had chosen these names. Even if we have a girl in the future, we had already planned her name, and it kind of was just by coincidence. So when she chose the other name, the middle name, and then I was like, oh wow, like it all goes together. I was like, that's a perfect fit.
Then we would literally all have A middle names.
That was so exciting for me.
So that was a big milestone
development for us.
We picked out baby names. And then I went in for another ultrasound or another doctor's appointment at about 21 weeks. And she measured my belly, but didn't tell me how much it was. And I greatly appreciated that. But then I had to go back in almost a week later, so just a few days ago, for another doctor's appointment because I've been feeling very weak, especially when I'm standing. I feel like if I don't sit down, I might pass out. And my heart feels like it's exploding out of my chest. It's like beating so fast. And I get the alert on my Apple Watch saying, your heart rate's like 130. And I'm like, well, this is really fast. So basically they just drew some blood work just to see if I'm anemic or how my electrolytes are doing. So we'll find out next week about that. Mm-hmm. But the doctor measured my stomach again and she goes, 30. And I was like, great. Well, I guess I'm losing a week. I was 9 weeks ahead before and now I'm 8 weeks. So.
But you finally have cravings.
Yes.
That was weird for me.
Yes, I do have cravings.
It's weird for me because I'm not very bright and I didn't realize they were cravings. I was like, she just really likes this lately.
I have really been into artificial fruit flavoring. So cherry slushes at Sonic, ices from Circle K, Skittles, watermelon bubble gum, that stuff has really been very appealing to me. Yeah. Another big milestone. I know we're hitting you with a ton of content because it's been forever since we've updated. But last Sunday, Anthony got to feel the baby's kick.
Oh, that's right. That was crazy. Oh my gosh. So we're sitting in church and
I'm sitting there with my hands up on my stomach, and I have been feeling like their kicks have been getting stronger, but every time I touch my stomach to feel their kick to see if Anthony can feel it, they stop. So I was sitting in church, I had my hands up on my stomach, and I feel something hit my arm, and I was like, that was a baby kick.
Yeah.
And I immediately grabbed Anthony's hand and I put it right where I felt the baby kick. And he did it again. And Anthony was like, are you doing that? And I was like, no. I'm not making my belly pop in one area.
I'm not very bright.
I was like, that was a baby. And his face lit up. He was so excited. He was like, oh my gosh.
It's like the first time it actually feels like you're having a baby. Like I see you getting bigger and growing these, but it's like, I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
You know?
It was like his first connection with them.
That was really cool.
And then he like, his mom was sitting next to him and he turns to his mom and he goes, I just felt the baby's kick. And she was like, okay. That's cool. Another cute thing that Anthony's been doing is he likes to talk to them, especially after they started kicking. And he was giving them advice on the birds and the bees.
They gotta learn. It's 2020. Kids grow up fast these days.
And what kind of girls to chase after. So they're learning already. And then he started reading Harry Potter to them. Mm-hmm. So we'll see what kind of boys they turn out to be.
That's a little bit TMI, but still, that's fine. But I hope you guys like this. At the end of this video, we are actually going to be posting a couple of progression pictures from like week 15 till now, so you guys get to see how Nicole's been progressing. We've got some videos of them on the ultrasound, so we'll kind of give you guys a peek inside of what we've been going through. Honestly, thank you guys so much for tuning in and subscribing. We really appreciate it. It's a lot of fun knowing that people are entertained by us, and it gives you and me something to do on Sunday nights and kind of connect and hang out with each other. So we definitely do appreciate it. We ask that you please make sure you like, share, and subscribe to this video.
And comment.
And if you guys hit that little bell icon, you guys can be notified for all future content whenever we post.
Yes.
So until next time, we will try and get more bump updates.
Yeah, we'll try to be more consistent with our updates. We know that's what you guys really want to know.
Yeah, so we'll show you guys some pictures and some more updates. But until next time.
Bye.
Bye.